The music icon Dolly Parton. We have some new information about
The script presents the final year of Dolly Parton's life as a period marked by private grief, recurring health struggles, and a gradual withdrawal from the public events that had long defined her career. According to the account, Parton died in Nashville at the age of 80 after months of increasingly concerning health disclosures, although no official cause of death was provided. Rather than focusing on a single diagnosis, the narrative pieces together her own comments about kidney stones, immune and digestive problems, exhaustion, dizziness, dehydration, and the emotional toll of losing her husband. At the same time, it emphasizes the remarkable legacy she continued building through music, Dollywood, philanthropy, and her lifelong commitment to children and literacy. A marriage that shaped her life. The story begins with Carl Dean, Dolly Parton's husband of nearly 6 decades, whose death in March 2025 represented a profound personal loss. Their marriage was unusually private, especially considering Parton's extraordinary fame. Dean rarely appeared publicly beside her, allowing their relationship to remain largely separate from the world that followed her career. After spending most of her adult life with him, Parton suddenly faced life without the person who had shared that journey with her for so many years. The script suggests that this loss became an important part of understanding everything that followed. At Dollywood the next year, Parton openly connected her exhaustion to Carl's death, describing the process of rebuilding herself spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Her comments suggest that grief was not merely emotional but something she felt throughout her entire body. The first public signs of health problems. Several months after Carl's death, Parton postponed a planned Las Vegas residency, explaining that she had been dealing with health challenges and needed several medical procedures. She did not provide a diagnosis, choosing instead to reassure her supporters while acknowledging that doctors had advised her to address certain problems. The situation became more concerning in October when her sister Freda publicly asked fans to pray for Dolly and said she had not been feeling her best. Parton responded quickly with a video intended to calm the growing concern. She acknowledged that people were beginning to believe she was more seriously ill than she was presenting herself to be. The exchange revealed an important pattern that continued throughout the account. Parton was willing to share pieces of information about her health, but she remained determined to control how much the public knew and how seriously they interpreted it. Grief, exhaustion, and rebuilding herself. By the spring of 2026, Parton's public comments carried a deeper emotional weight. During the seasonal opening of Dollywood, she spoke about being worn down and worn out, and directly associated some of that exhaustion with losing Carl. She described herself as working to rebuild spiritually, emotionally, and physically. The statement was significant because Parton had spent decades presenting an image of optimism, humor, energy, and resilience. Behind that familiar public persona, however, she was acknowledging that the previous year had taken a serious toll. The script interprets this period as an intersection of emotional and physical strain, rather than treating them as completely separate problems. Aging, grief, ongoing medical difficulties, and the demands of maintaining an enormous public career may all have contributed to the fatigue she described. Still, the narrative is careful to distinguish documented statements from speculation about what was happening medically. Her final public appearances. The final stage described in the script came when Dollywood introduced a new ride, and Parton was unable to attend in person. For someone so closely associated with the park, her absence was notable. In a video message, she explained that her doctor had advised her not to travel and mentioned experiencing dizziness and dehydration. On their own, those symptoms can sound relatively ordinary, but within the larger timeline they appeared alongside her previously disclosed kidney stones, digestive and immune difficulties, and significant emotional exhaustion. The script portrays this moment as evidence that Parton's health had begun affecting her ability to participate, even in events that were deeply personal to her. She continued communicating with fans in the same warm and reassuring manner that had characterized her career, but the frequency and nature of those explanations suggested that she was increasingly required to prioritize medical advice over public appearances, privacy surrounding her death. According to the script, Parton died in Nashville in August 2026, with no cause of death publicly released by her family or representatives. The account stresses that the absence of a cause should not automatically be interpreted as evidence that information was deliberately concealed. Families often choose privacy surrounding death, particularly when a loved one has spent a lifetime carefully separating public and private life. The narrative therefore avoids claiming that the previously disclosed conditions caused her death. Instead, it presents them as the documented pieces of a complicated final period. Her reported arrangements also reflected her long-standing values. Rather than emphasizing a huge public spectacle, the account describes a private service and a request that people wishing to honor her support the Imagination Library, the literacy initiative she established to provide books to children. Even in death, the focus was directed towards something larger than herself, a legacy larger than the final chapter. Ultimately, the script argues that Dolly Parton's legacy cannot be reduced to the circumstances of her final year. She transformed a childhood of poverty in Tennessee into one of the most influential careers in American music, writing thousands of songs and becoming a cultural figure recognized far beyond country music. Dollywood grew into an important attraction and economic force in her home region, while the Imagination Library turned her personal success into a lasting commitment to childhood literacy. Her final months, as portrayed in the account, were filled with grief, medical difficulties, and a gradual reduction in public appearances, yet she remained focused on reassuring her supporters and continuing the work that mattered to her. Whether discussing her marriage, health, philanthropy, or music, the central message remains the same. Parton spent her life turning personal hardship into generosity, creativity, and opportunities for others.